Benchmarking is the process of comparing the cost, cycle time, productivity, or quality of a specific process or method to another that is widely considered to be an industry standard or best practice. Essentially, benchmarking provides a snapshot of the performance of your business and helps you understand where you are in relation to a particular standard. The result is often a business case for making changes in order to make improvements.
Benchmarking has a long history going back to the early days of evolution. Comparison has always been the essence of winning, and being able to react quickly and appropriately has helped man overcome significant hurdles. Since then, benchmarking has evolved, but it is still an integral part of our daily lives. Benchmarking is an activity that tells you your position or status by comparing yourself to others. The reason for comparing is to understand where you are today and what might be some of the areas that you need to improve. In business today, it is vital that we compare ourselves to others. We need to know, am I making more money than my competitors? How does my business compare to the rest within the same industry? Are there others out there that have similar problems? Have they solved them already? If yes, then what worked for them? Am I the top or the bottom of the class? Comparisons are great. However, there is a catch: only things that are comparable can be compared, if the result is to be useful. When these comparisons are done correctly, it is called benchmarking. First, you need to define what you want to benchmark. For example, benchmarking your financial performance, brand reputation, staff motivation, etc. Second, define appropriate comparators. We call them key performance indicators, or KPIs. Some KPIs for financial performance could be sales, margin, productivity. Third, ensure that your comparisons are comparable. We do this by defining segments within a network. For example, it might not make sense to compare a store in metropolitan Sydney to a store in regional New South Wales, so we would divide or segment stores based on their location. Fourth, gather data in an independent manner and make sure it is consistent. We do this by automatically collecting and mapping your data into a standard chart of accounts. And lastly, produce customized and meaningful reports that are not only simple to understand, but show you your improvement over time. Once benchmarking has been successfully implemented, it becomes a powerful tool that helps you gain a deeper understanding of business performance in all aspects, including sales, margin, staff productivity, expense management, and efficiency. By effectively using benchmarking tools, you can accurately answer the following questions. Where do I stand? How can I improve my business, and where should I start? Are the current measures to improve my business working, or not?
Reasons for benchmarking. There are several reasons that benchmarking is becoming more commonly used in industry. First, benchmarking is a more efficient way to make improvements. Second, benchmarking speeds up organizations' ability to make improvements. Third, compare business practices with those of world-class organizations. Fourth, challenge current practices and processes. Fifth, create improved goals and practices for the organizations. And lastly, change the perspective of executives and managers.
Hello students, let's review marketing concepts from last week.
Professor Siegfried, just what is the term benchmarking?
Well, Sandy, benchmarking is the comparison of a company's performance and processes with those of its competitors and other best practice companies. Scores and weightings of your company's products, services or processes are compared with best practice in your industry to identify areas of improvement.
Professor, can you explain further with an example?
Sure, Sandy. For example, shipping and receiving at one plant can be compared with shipping and receiving at another to ascertain best practice and performance improvement. Another example would be insurance company may benchmark a bank loan application process against its insurance claims process. I hope these examples help.
Thanks, Professor, I understand.
Okay, Sandy and Ned, the class is over. I will see you both next week.
Hi, I'm Ben, and today I'm going to talk about the importance of benchmarking your digital marketing campaigns. Benchmarking is an area where there's a lot of really bad data and misinformation about what's possible. So let's start with some basics. If you're running a multi-million-dollar ad campaign, you can allocate the tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars for consumer surveys and brand awareness measurements to find the effects your campaign has on your brand and your competition. But for the rest of us, there's really no single solution. So here's some insights and tools that can help. First, pick the right competitors to benchmark against. One of my biggest pet peeves across digital marketing is when someone uses Apple or their equivalent as an example for a strategy they want to implement. Sure, there are things we can learn from Apple's marketing, but the reality is that so much of it depends on a brand that's been developed for over 3 decades and has about $1 billion annually in marketing budget. Being like Apple can be your goal, but make sure to find some closer competitors that you can learn from to help get you there. Here's some guidelines for choosing those competitors. 1, they're in your industry or adjacent industries, and thus they're targeting similar audiences, keywords, and content pillars. 2, they're active in similar marketing channels to your business, particularly social channels, paid search, and content marketing or SEO. And 3, your business has an understanding of how you want to compare with them. Do you want to maintain your lead in market share? Are they an industry standard you want to emulate? You need to answer these questions to provide the context to your benchmarking project. Once you've defined your competitors and your business's relationship to them, here's some areas of digital where you can effectively benchmark your results. Organic search provides the most straightforward benchmarking across all of digital. Your rankings in Google versus competitors for specific priority keywords are quantifiable and easily measurable. Make sure the keywords you choose are valuable to your business and that you're reviewing rankings from multiple locations as well as on desktop and mobile devices. I recommend Advanced Web Rankings as a great tool to leverage in order to track changes in rankings over time. In addition to ranking for keywords, it's possible to compare estimates of traffic from search engines as well. Tools like SEMrush maintain a database of search volume and rankings for hundreds of millions of keywords. They then leverage these to provide estimates of organic and paid search traffic to websites across the internet. Comparing your organic traffic from Google search allows you to benchmark your SEO campaign, while comparing paid search traffic can give you an idea of how your ad budget and keyword targeting in AdWords compares with the competition. And while the numbers are not exact, and sometimes actually really far off base, it can give you an idea of how your website matches up to the competition. Finally, social media profiles offer another opportunity for benchmarking. Tools such as FanPage Karma and Social Bakers allow you to compare following and engagement on various social platforms against competing profiles. It's essential to note, though, that these tools are only able to calculate engagement with your public posts. This means that all of your Facebook ad campaigns and your promoted Instagram posts won't get included. In addition, as social platforms for businesses these days are pretty much all paid, The level of engagement these tools show you are often reflective of the size of a business's ad budget as much as the quality of their content. These are just a few tools you can use to benchmark your digital marketing campaigns, and there's a lot of others out on the market. My biggest advice to you, though, is not to worry about benchmarking until you've set specific and quantifiable goals for your business, which you're confident define success, and then build your strategy around these goals. Benchmarking then becomes a way to find opportunities to improve and grow further. And if that's the approach you take, it'll have a real positive influence on the success of your digital campaigns and your business.
Importance of benchmarking. The essence of benchmarking is the continuous process of comparing a company's strategy, products, processes with those of the world leaders and best-in-class organizations.
So benchmarking is not new, is it?
No, it's not. It's a great point. But I think what is new is the focus on it, and I think we're seeing more and more people want to know what's publicly available and what we can do with that and compare information to others. And then I think the other type of benchmarking is customized information that organizations are really interested in to try to make them better and understand where they are relative to their peers or some other metric.
Yeah, and I'd say on the new front, I mean, the reality is that I think that what is new, or increased more so than ever, is just simply the pace of change, right. the rate of change in new regulatory pronouncements, new industry developments, et cetera. So benchmarking is just even that much more relevant, knowing where you stand right now versus your peers.
I mean, I always think about every firm thinks they're different, right? And to some extent they are different, but
right.
frankly they also share a lot of attributes and similar challenges as other firms. And so I think more and more our clients and others in the industry are interested in what others are doing.
Right.
And they're recognizing that their circle of immediate peers is one that they really care about. But there are other circles around that, broader groups of managers, maybe similar strategies or other products or even other segments of the asset management industry from which they can learn.
Yeah, and I think that's the other benefit of benchmarking is helping organizations identify blind spots about what they might not be focusing on. To your point, there's a lot of similarities, but what benchmarking may cull out more is where are the differences and what should they possibly be focusing on to, again, optimize their business.
Yeah, and I would just, to add to that, those blind spots really are the things that when my clients come and talk to me, that's what they're most interested to know about. At least the best-in-class firms want to know where they have a blind spot. And I just say that takes actually a tremendous amount of courage. Right? That takes a lot of courage to actually step up and say, where are my blind spots? Inform me of them. Help me become aware of them so that I can do something about them. The concept of kind of burying your head in the sand and feeling comfortable that you simply don't know, that's just not sustainable in the long term. So again, courage I think is really important to taking on this challenge.
Benefits of benchmarking. First, improved quality. Benchmarking helps organizations to continuously improve the quality of their products and services. Second, better performance. Benchmarking helps organizations overcome complacency. Third, cost efficiency. Benchmarking provides organizations with valuable data on the last technology and processes followed in the business environment. Fourth, prioritizing areas of improvement. Benchmarking helps organizations to identify the areas where the gap between their standard and that of the industry is the largest. Fifth, leveraging strength areas. Benchmarking can also throw light on the areas where the organization is doing much better than what is observed in the market.
Hi, I'm Neil Strickland, CEO of GrowthOracle.com, How'sMyBusinessDoing.com, and NeilStrickland.com. For anyone that does not know me yet, I'm a management expert who has developed a range of automated business assessment tools, particularly for business consultants or advisors, as well as for small and medium business owners. This video introduces the concept of benchmarking and the benefits of continuous learning for business owners. I'm often amused when I hear business owners claiming that nobody knows their business better than they do. Many believe that they cannot actually improve their business by hiring an external professional. I fundamentally disagree with this thesis, but I would say that given the fact that I'm a management consultant, right? However, What if the business owner is wrong? What if he hasn't heard about the new tools or techniques that are transforming the fortunes of his closest competitors? Could his business be performing significantly better? If he doesn't really care, he should. The real issue here is that we are all too often too close to the forest to see the trees. We get hung up on the day-to-day activities and forget to scan the external environment. Business owners need to have an internal and an external focus if they're to survive and thrive. They need to watch what the best performers are doing and to emulate or leapfrog them with their own improvements in their own business. If you just have a purely inward focus, you're cutting off the opportunity to significantly improve the financial and operational performance of your business. Take the time to look at your direct and indirect competitors and learn from them. Look at what the best companies outside your industry are doing and try to learn from them also. Consider reading new business books as a matter of habit and subscribe to business or industry magazines that teach you new tricks or educate you about what is happening beyond the four walls of your office. Embrace new technologies that can significantly alter the way you do business. I personally have a hunger for learning, and I include my new knowledge in direct client assignments and in products such as How My Business Doing, where users can enjoy the benefits of benchmarking against evolving best business practices. Click on the link on your screen now to read the full blog article on this topic and learn some techniques that can benefit your business.
Organizations that benchmark adopt the process to best fit their own needs and culture. Although number of steps in the process may vary from organization, the following 6 steps contain the core techniques. First step, decide what to benchmark. Second step, understand the current performance of your organization. Third step, do proper planning of what, how, and when of benchmarking endeavor. Fourth step, study others well. Fifth step, gather data and learn from it. And lastly, use the finding.
Benchmarking also involves the following. Plan. Critical success factors. Select a process for benchmarking. Document the process and develop performance and measures. Search. Find benchmarking partners. Third, observe. Understand and document the partners' process,
both performance and practice. Fourth, analyze. Identify gaps in performance and find the root causes for the performance gaps. And lastly, adopt. Choose best practice, adapt to the company's condition, and implement changes.
Advantages of benchmarking. It helps improve processing effectiveness, helps in cost reduction, it provides focus in planning operations, the sharing of information will create opportunities for innovations. It assesses the firm's existing position and provides a basis of establishing standards of performance. Cross-comparison are more likely to expose different ways of doing things. It provides evidence for additional resources, is practitioner-led so gives a sense of ownership, facilitates multidisciplinary team building and networking, provides an avenue for change in clinical practices.
Disadvantages of benchmarking. Benchmarking is a danger of complacency and arrogance. Many organizations tend to relax after excelling beyond competitors' standards. The realization of having become the industry leader soon leads to arrogance, when considerable scope for further improvements remains. The most resistant criticism of benchmarking comes from the idea of copying others. It is not a strategy, nor is it intended to be a business philosophy. Therefore, it is a time-taking technique. Lastly, Benchmarking is not instant pudding. It will not improve performance if proper infrastructure of total quality management is not in place.